What's up, y'all? It's me, your girl Sugar Brown, and I am coming to you with an Ask Sugar Brown. This is the first Ask Sugar Brown where you call me and ask me a question about anything. It could be about love, it could be about your relationship, it could be about women, it could be about anything. Okay, so let's listen to the first voicemail that we got.
True fan would know this. Have you ever fantasized about having a threesome with Rose Quan and anyone else?
He asked, as a true fan, have I ever fantasized about having a threesome with Rose Quan and someone else? Now, if you don't know me, I have a love affair with Rose Quan, which is my battery-operated boyfriend. Yeah. And his name is, well, I call him Quani, but, you know, when we in front of people, I call him Rose Quan because, you know, it's a formal name and stuff like that, or whatever. Well, yeah, so, you know, I don't have sex or anything with people, but Rose Quan is my man. He's never let me down. He's great. He gets me there. He's consistent. You know, I don't have to worry about him not texting me back. I know where he's at all times. I don't have to worry about if he's with another woman. I don't have to worry about nothing, and he can always satisfy me in 5 minutes or less. So Rose Quan is my man. And you know what? Have I thought about a threesome between me, Rose Quan, and someone else? And my honest answer is no. Rose Quan is enough. Like, I can definitely... It's selfish? Why do you think it's selfish? Tell the people. Why is that selfish?
Hey, I didn't think y'all heard it, but yeah, I think it's a little selfish.
Why is that selfish? Rose Quan is made to please me. He loves to please me.
But true that I'm not taking nothing from Rose Quan. He does an awesome job, but I think he can do much more. Like, he can be friends with me, you know what I'm saying, and we can tag team on you. I think that's what it is. I think that's what the other guy want to do with you.
A threesome with me and the caller.
I think that's what he wants.
All right. Since you guys don't know who the caller is, and I don't know if he's gonna see this.
No, that's who it is. The caller.
Okay, the caller is one of those real tall, skinny guys. And you know, real tall, skinny guys have super long penises. Like, they just have, I don't know what it is about them being tall and skinny, but they have huge penises. And I'm afraid of his penis. So, because I feel like, you know, it wouldn't be sex, it would be surgery. And I am not trying to, like, rearrange my guts, you know. Give me a medium all day long. You know, that's really what it is.
There's hope for the mediums.
I'm a medium type girl. Not to say that I won't try and take a big one, but like, a big one.
You gotta get in shape for it.
I would have to be like super duper wet, super duper turned on, and the whole mental fact that I think it's too big also contracts it a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, on a good day, caller Rose Quan and I might be able to do a little threesome, but I would say no. Rose Quan is enough. Fuck these flowers, give me my rose.
Hey,
Quoted by
but to respect it though. That's what she wants. She spun her free will coin. Say me and Rose Quan is an item.
Yeah, we together. We really like this. For real. He in the other room right now waiting on me for tonight.
He always there for it.
100%. I don't gotta worry about nothing.
I gotta look for him.
He travels with me. We go. He travels.
Ain't he a good fella?
Yeah. He's a man that will travel, come to every show.
Supportive.
He's supportive. Man, listen, I don't know if anybody is keeping up with Rose Quan. I don't think so.
Hello, this is Orlando, calling from Oklahoma City. Can we see your show on the 11th? I actually have two questions. One would be, knowing that you don't like rejection, that being possibly part of it, but what was one of the hardest things that you had to overcome when you started? And question two, where do you get the inspiration to get your material from? Again, can't wait to see you in Oklahoma City, me and my wife. It's going to be great. Take care.
All right, OKC. I've never been there, which is crazy because I've been doing this for 10 years and for whatever reason I've never been. I've been to Tulsa. I had some girls that I sent to Oklahoma, but me personally, never been. So I don't even know which show I'm going to give you. So I'm excited that you're excited, and I think it's going to actually sell out. That show is doing really well. So the first question is,
Yeah, some of those happy, extra happy guys. But you overcame it. And you still
so when he says when I first started, what constitutes as when I first started? Is that like the first year? Is that the first month? Is that like when?
Until you got comfortable and said, I got this. When you knew that your structure and plan was together and in order, and you can just down roll with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, every single show I'm nervous every single time.
Yeah, that's
Almost like the first time. I'm nervous, I am focused, I'm thinking, I'm trying to, and the best thing is when I'm comfortable. If I could just get comfortable, then everything is smooth.
Yeah.
The comedy naturally comes out. The improv naturally comes out. The relating, the stories, all of that naturally comes out as long as I'm comfortable. Sometimes I'm so nervous that I'm not comfortable and I don't give a great show like I know I can. Now, I hit all the shows that I'm going to try to make it quick. The story of when I first started and how I got into erotic comedy, burlesque comedy show that I do now. I wanted to be a dancer. I never thought that I would do comedy or any of those things. I do poetry just because that's who I am. But as a profession, as a performer, I wanted to be a dancer. And I put on a huge burlesque show. I had dancers, I had comedians, I had poets, I had a host, and I put all this money into this show in Atlanta, and it bombed so bad. People couldn't remember their choreography, people couldn't remember their lines, it wasn't funny, the sound was horrible, it was just a bad show. And someone from Atlanta stormed my stage. Now, if you don't know what storm means, it means that they go onto your stage and they talk shit about you, which is really audacious to do. Yes, someone stormed my stage. And I could hear the audience going, oh, someone's coming up and talking a whole bunch of shit on my stage. Like, this show is crappy. I can't believe I paid for this, blah, blah, blah. And first and foremost, you bring out the lioness in me because ain't nobody coming on my stage. Okay, listen, you're not coming on. I pay for that. So, bitch, sit down. Okay, you can leave. You can complain, you could ask for a refund, but what you're not gonna do is get up on my stage and talk shit about anybody. And this is exactly what I said, and of course she sat the fuck down, because I will fight you at that point, unfortunately. But she sat down, and I started crying, because after that I said, now, she's not wrong. The show is going horrible. People aren't remembering their shit. The sound is bad. I know that this is a bad show. And I told the people, I know what the lady said about me in my productions, but the truth of the matter is you've never actually seen it, because this is not what I choreographed, what I wrote, or any of those things. And I broke down because I was driving Uber. I hate Uber. I drove so many hours to produce this show and started crying. And then, someone from the audience was like, is she crying? And I started making jokes, like, yeah, I'm a crybaby. I kind of do that sometimes because I'm a human being. And so from there, I started just telling a whole bunch of jokes about how bad this show was. And I got the inspiration to fucking fire everybody, for one, because they weren't doing what they needed to do. And two, put it all in myself. I wrote everything. I choreographed everything. So I'll do the poetry, I'll do the comedy, I'll do the dance, I'll do it all. That's how Sugar Brown was born. And and that's how a comedian was born, because I was in distress and I naturally tell jokes when I'm in distress. And I smile when I'm nervous. So that's kind of how it works out. And I had a great boyfriend at the time who was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. And he put together an ensemble for me to perform in front of, like the material I was going to do. He booked an open mic comedy set for me to make sure that I was okay. And I always credit him for really giving me that push, because I don't know if I would have done it if he would have been like, no, that's stupid. Stick with being sexy, But he was one of those people that was like, you can do anything you want to do. Let's do it. Let's practice. 5 o'clock, I need you to have 5 jokes. He was one of those. Shout out to him. Sorry it didn't work out, but
kudos.
Yeah, he really helped me, and that's how Sugar Brown got to be Sugar Brown. So I don't know if that fully answered your question, because from then, it took off immediately. I sold out the first show. All I did was put it up there, and people came, and then I was on, and people liked it, and then I just had to keep going. My hardest struggle is actually right the fuck now, and I can't tell you that because nobody wants to hear that until I overcome it. So, all right, your second question: where do you get the inspiration for your material? My life. I just take it from my life. I just pay attention to what's going on, and I have just funny moments. And when I really, really need to pull a lot of material, I just call attention to my conscious mind, because sometimes there's so much going on, I'm not thinking about material, and so there's tons of jokes every day that probably pass me. There's tons of inspiration that might pass me if I'm not paying attention, if I'm focused on something else, like a man. I don't want to come off being hate, but sometimes I'll lose my focus, but I have to consciously call the creator, and I will see inspiration everywhere. I'll see inspiration for the music, I'll see inspiration for my jokes, and I'll see it, and sometimes I see it in my dreams. I'm a visionary, I see it before it ever comes, and I always feel like that's a God thing. What are you doing?
That third eye, it's a look.
Yes, it's definitely my third eye. And it's amazing because I can see it just like I'm looking at the camera. I can see the whole show. I can see all of the choreography. I don't even hear the jokes, I see the jokes. I visualize everything. And that is definitely more of the gift. But as of late, I visualize some things. And the fact that I can bring them to life is a godlike power. That's a creator, right? I see things and I create it, right? But as of late, I saw some things and I couldn't create them, and that was weird. That made me have a loss in my third eye.
Yeah. Now I know what you mean, because I got the phone trying to work on, and I know it's fire, but I believe it's believe it's the world I'm in right now is disturbing my third eye, but it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I seem like I can recite it all real good, but when it gets time for me to write it down, it's all jumbled up and
Well, then you just keep writing. Keep writing until it all comes out. You know, sometimes, especially like with poetry, it's two things. Sometimes I'm scared to write because I'm scared it's not going to be good enough, right? And then it just freezes me up. And then the other thing is it might come out like you constipated. Like you got one line, but you don't have nothing else. You're struggling to get those other lines out. It come out kind of constipated in little chunks. It comes out in little chunks. It does. I've definitely been poetically constipated. Full of shit and constipated. But, you know, the metaphor there is that you're still full of it.
yes.
You're still full of all of the words and the poetry and the metaphors and the similes. You're still full of it. You just have to drink some water.
Yeah, I've been wanting to tell everybody that.
Drink some water, breathe, and keep going. Keep writing. And then as soon as you keep writing, just like, you know, if you get one of those good pushes, and then all the dookie come out. Like, you know, it all comes, it's a full log. It's a full log. But you gotta keep breathing. You gotta keep doing that until the log comes out, and the log is going to come out. So you just keep writing, because that log
Gonna be the shit.
It's gonna be the shit. If that log is gonna be the shit, baby, it is.
Yes. What she said.
Yes.
Always positive, baby.
Always positive and sugar
Don't care how
brown
shitty it sounds.
Always positive, no matter how shitty it sounds. So that was my questions. I want to answer more of your questions, so you can give a call to the number and leave a voicemail. I don't know it by heart.
Like Leo, man. So, for me, the topic I would love for you to talk about is the woman's clitoris. It's all the different sizes. If you're a pleaser, you're about a nice big clitoris. I wonder what other guys think about it. And I wonder how women feel about their clitoris. Particularly those who have a large clit, is there like a sense that, are they happy with it? Is there insecurity about it? Or what is it? Because for me, that's the holy grail of the woman with that clit. I would love to hear someone talk more about the clitoris and maybe even the anatomy of it, and just inform us more about it.
Okay, women with big clits. All right, let's talk about the anatomy. All right, women with big clits was almost a boy, okay? Because, and you know what? I will say it's almost like God was like, I'm gonna make you a boy. Wait a minute, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna make you a girl. And then the clit, you know what I mean? Because the penis is only an extension of the clit. And the balls are only an extension of the ovaries. So I always feel like women with big clits are closer to being, they were supposed to be boys, but we ended up being girls. And I say we because I have a big clit. I don't know if I should say that.
Is it for?
I don't know if you wanted to know that. I'm sorry. But I guess that goes into your next question of, are we embarrassed? And I gotta say, yeah, a little bit, because I have a big clit, and I feel like I need to tell people before we have like a rendezvous, you know? So I usually let people know, like, hey, I have a big clit, just so you know. and I get really, really wet. Just so you know, don't be alarmed. But they're always alarmed. Like, it's so big that they're like, oh my God, your clit is big. And I'm like, I told you it was big. Why are you saying this? But most men actually like it, so I don't know. But like, a guy that was with me that I told in advance, I have a big clit. He was like, yo, your clit is like a baby thumb. I'm just like, he's like, I feel like I'm sucking on a baby thumb. And I just felt funny. I don't know. So I do think that my clit is very sensitive. You know, some women's clits, they don't even feel that much. You gotta really gram, you know, but for me, no, I don't even, because I know that some people like to pull the lips back to really expose the clit. I don't like that because it's overstimulation and it's too sensitive for that. So I hate when people pull the lips back and expose the clit. And then some people like when you pull the lips back, but my clit is huge and sensitive, so I don't need all that. So I don't know if that was TMI, but that's the anatomy of big clits. I'm a girl with one, and I am slightly embarrassed. But as I'm learning, more and more men love big clits. Here's what I want to know. Question for y'all. Why do you like big clits? That's what I want to know. What turns you on about big clits? Okay? All right, so that was that question.
It is sugar, but I don't have the correct number. I haven't been with a woman in a while, and I just enjoy watching videos, and I think the woman's, I get pleasure from watching the women's if I like to see the males,